Okay. Yeah, so you see, right? If you guys want to understand how things are all related, so yeah, this is the whole thing already. All right, this is the whole process, like from number one. So what do we do first? Okay, when there's a transaction, so what do we do? Then after that, number two, so it goes to which part? The third part, then what do we do? And then next, follow like this. So this is the cycle. So it all ends at the last part, which is the financial statement part, the reporting part. So after done, then what? Then a new year, then repeat all over again. No? So everything must start from all the evidence. Okay, evidence. This is where we will cover the business documents. So I'll cover the few main things here, lah. All right. Then after that, yes. So next one, what do we do? And then next one, what do they do? Okay. So in terms of real life job, right? In terms of jobs, that we have accountants. But do you really think the accountants still need to do things like this? I mean, in the real world. I mean, we don't really need to do all these key accounts anymore because they're all like outdated already. I'm talking about in job. But in school, we still start in syllabus, we're still studying the basic. We're talking about basic of like if we don't have any computer, there's no technology, there's only books and pencil and pen, that kind of things. So yeah, we have to actually draw out, buying the books, draw T accounts and do all this. But yeah, but then in the modern days, do you think we still do that? No, we don't do that anymore, right? So we'll be using either Excel, okay, we can use accounting software, right? So accounting software, it makes things so much simpler. Okay, so just to let you all know, like technically, do you know for software, the job, right, of bookkeepers, how can I say that, or even accountants, okay, sometimes they just do everything. So we just need to do number one and number two, process one and process two, one and two. That means you will see all the documents, they are hard copy. So from there, then you need to know like, so what should I do with this document? Like which part should I record it using the software? Then the rest, right? The rest are all automated. The rest, like the T accounts, the trial balance, the even the report, the last part, they're all fully automated already. Yeah. I mean, just for you guys to know, lah. I mean, but of course, for syllabus wise, then no choice, so we have to do like to know part by part. So what are we doing in every steps here before we can do the last part, the reporting part. So 1, 2, 3 is actually bookkeeping, right? Process 1, 2, and 3. This is all the bookkeeping. And then after that, trial balance is not really a bookkeeping, nor it's not an accounting yet. It's just a list for us to check whether is everything okay or not. The numbers, are they all balanced? The equation itself, the left and right, is it same? If it's same, then so no problem. Then only we can do the report. So yeah, that's technically what trial balance is, lah. If you guys not too sure what it is. Okay, so by understanding how this whole process works, then you should be able to relate more, like how things. So if you like, let's say if you don't know how to do first step, it will affect the second step, and then it will affect the third step. You get what I mean? Okay, so when you do something wrong here, so then it will affect other parts. So things like this. Okay, my two Junes are still not here yet. Don't know what happened. All right. So anyway, so we are really recording this. Any questions so far, guys? I know this is the first time that you say you see this, but the info inside is not the first time. Correct or not? I mean, you have seen what is a business document, right? You know roughly what is invoice, what is debit note, credit note, statement of account, receipt, all these things you heard before, correct or not? Okay. Then books of prime entry, we have total 7. And all these names are super important, yeah, guys. All the terms are really, really important. You have to remember them because they will ask you which books of prime entry to use, okay, to this one and this one. So for these notes here, I have already color coded. All right. So usually I like to use this to recap the whole bookkeeping process. Okay, the whole thing here, the first few things, so that you know how they're all linked to each other. Okay. Then after books of prime entry, then what? Yeah. Then after that, things will go to the T account, which is all under this thing called ledger. So ledger, how many we have? Yes, we have 4 ledgers. So all these names are super important because yes, they will ask you. And if you don't know the terms, okay, and then you're confused with the terms, then you won't know what they're talking about. Understand? Okay, so after once all the T account counting already done, they balance the T account, right? T account need to balance or need to do transfer to income statement and all. So that is where then only they can do the reporting part. So today we'll be covering 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the financial statement always they are mostly all formula. So this will be another day because I want to settle this one first. I want to make sure that you guys know all the terms yet. Okay, then only the next class I will be doing errors. Because in errors, if you don't know certain terms, then you won't know like which account being affected. If you don't know which account being affected, then how to fix the problem, right? Because errors is all about fixing the errors, fixing the problem. Okay, guys. Any questions so far? Everything okay? Anyone want to like on camera teman me a bit so that I can see some facial? Because this is clearly very the silent. At least I know, okay, you guys are actually listening to what I'm saying. I'm not talking to myself. I'm not muted. So hot. No? Right. Thanks. Finally seeing some humans makes me feel alive. All right, so yeah, let's go. I will be going into what do you call that? Part by part. Okay, so each of the topics. But let me just give you an overall summary first, can I? All right, so bookkeeping. Everything started from number one. So what's number one? The bookkeeping evidence. Okay, it all started from transaction. See, it's all about recording transaction. Then every transaction must have black and white. Okay, proof, right? If not, there's no proof, then how do we know? Okay, so all the proof will be under this thing known as business documents. So how many do we have? The main one, okay, mainly for you guys study the main one, all right, which is invoice, all right, invoice, and then after that we have debit note, credit note, statement of account. Okay, on the focus receipt and check, and lastly petty cash voucher. So which one is the one that important? Okay, or they like to be tested? Like to be tested, of course, mainly invoice, okay, invoice and credit note, these two, and also statement of account. Okay, let me explain invoice and debit, invoice and credit note first. Yeah. So you see, I put the color there. So why is these two things is important? Sorry, let me make it bigger for you first. Okay. So why is invoice and credit note important? Because can you see that it has to be recorded? Okay, there's a color in the second part, which is the which is the books of prime entry. Okay, so because this is the one that need to be recorded, the one that no need to record, I don't need lah. Okay, but they are still important. Okay, not to say not important, but just not as important. All right, because this need to be recorded. So invoice, yes, have to go into this thing called sales journal or purchases journal. So later I'll come about these two things. And after that, credit note. Credit note is about the returns. So these two, see these four things, the books of current entry cover these two documents already. All right. And of course, we also have cash book. Cash book is all about our money book, our money in, out. Anything to do with money, all recorded inside cash book. All right. And what is books of prime entry? The word prime, number one. Okay. So this is the first book, the first thing we use in order to record a document. That is why they are known as books of prime entry. Okay. So but don't really, they won't ask you what is books of prime entry. They will probably just ask you what's the advantages on it. All right. So later I'll show you the notes. Okay. So some of the theory part, all these advantages, can I leave it to you guys to read? Because if I cover all these things also, then yeah, it will be quite not enough time to cover the calculation and all. So I leave those advantages for you guys to read and remember. Okay. Unless you don't understand, you ask me. Right. So petty cash book, okay, is going to record petty cash voucher. So today, hopefully, we can have enough time to cover a cash book and petty cash book questions. All right. And you see that the last one, the yellow color down there, I put year 11 topic. Technically, this is general journal. Okay. So this is general journal. And that's going to be our next class. All right. So mainly I'm going to focus on these few things only. All right. So after books of prime entry, then what? Okay. So, and also, why do we need to have a books of prime entry? Why can't we just have a document? It's like I can tell you actually, guys, I can actually straight away from number 1 and jump to number 3. What is number 3? Number 3 is ledger. Number 3 is T accounts. All right. Our past class, what we have been doing, I taught you guys double entry. Then from double entry to a T account, correct? So then double entry come from where? It has to come from transaction, correct or not? And transaction, if you have to be like black and white evidence, so it comes from business document lah. All right. But I can tell you actually, right, in short, I can just do number 3, sorry, number 1 and number 3. I can skip number 2. So, but why do we need to have number 2? So that is where the advantages will come in. Okay, because in the end, we still need to know all the double entry, okay, the transaction, and then how do we record it in the T account. But with this part here, with the books of prime entry, then something will be a little bit different to the T account. So I'll go through that also. Okay, just to give you a better idea. How come I have books of prime entry? What's the purpose of having this number, this thing here? Okay, because your basic, what's your basic? Your basic is to know what happened, know the double entry, and do the T account. And from the T account, do the balancing, and then after that, move on to the last part, which is the financial statement. Okay? So I explained to you how to relate all this lah. All right, now the next thing will be all the names. So a lot of people are always confused because of the names of, okay, they don't know how to differentiate debit note, credit note, what's the difference? They don't know how to differentiate what is sales journal or what is sales ledger, right? So sometimes it's just like, which name do I put? Because if they ask you a very specific questions, which one to use, and you put the wrong name and that's it, GG straight away. Okay, so you need to know which terms to use. Okay, oops, sunshine is up. Okay, so sales ledger. All right. So this part, what I should do is like, never mind. So I think I do cash book first lah. Okay, we do some cash book first. Then the other two June not here yet. Should I do a question first? Don't care lah. No time to wait already. Okay. So I will be sending this thing, all this for you all to read later on. Okay, but I will just teach from here first. Is that okay? All right. So I need you guys to focus on the screen first. All right. So this topic number 4. All right. Technically, they started with this thing called division of ledger. And what is ledger? So actually, ledger is really a book that have all the lines. Okay, they have all the lines, which is like T accounts done for you. So that's why ledger is actually a book that you can find a lot of T accounts inside. When I said a lot, minimum 2 lah. Okay, minimum also 2, must be more than 1. So cash book is also ledger. Because why? A cash book is a ledger, and it's also books of prime entry. Okay, and cash book is cash and bank account together. These 2 accounts combined together. Okay, that's why they are also a ledger account. So the name, I leave it to you guys to read. Okay, like what is sales ledger and all. So in cash book, what is important here, guys? You need to definitely know how to do contra entries. The very, very important part will be the contra entries. Okay, but let me, this is red color. Okay, so speaking of contra entries, there's 2 situations. Either we have too much cash. What do you do when you have too much cash? You put in your bank lah. Okay, safer ma, correct? Okay, and what if you don't have cash? Then what do we do? So we also go to the bank and take out, right? Always remember that whatever I'm saying, right? Or imagine that you're a business. Okay, from the business point of view, as in, oh, the business now, wow, no, today all the customer pay cash. So what do? I have a lot of cash. It's very dangerous. So let's keep the money into the bank. So all this has nothing to do with owner, yeah, guys. This thing, nothing to do with owner. Owner and business is separate. Okay, this is all business money. Okay, so far? All right. So 2 situations, cash to bank. And then another one is take out money from the bank so that we have enough cash now. So you must know how to do contra entry in cash book, because if you don't know how to do, you will straight away lose 2 marks here. Okay, 1 transaction got 2 things to do with it. So you lose 2 marks if you don't know what to do. Okay. So the day we already did double entry, I hope this one no problem. If it's a cash to bank means what? If it's cash to bank means your bank will up. Okay, bank will go up and then cash will go down. Right? And you know money is all asset. I hope by now your double entry is you know how to do all this like up and down already. So if it's asset plus, what do we do? Asset minus, what do we do? Okay, if it's asset plus, we need to DR. Okay, if it's asset go minus, we need to CR, remember? So for this part here, I can safely tell you that cash book is a money as asset. So we can tell ourselves DR means money in because we got more money, and CR is money out. Okay, we are paying. So less money. Okay, you can tell yourself to do this, then easier also. All right. Next thing is you need to know the bank overdraft. If they say there's a bank overdraft, then what you should do. So this is technically our balance will be under the negative, under the CR side for bank overdraft. Okay, yeah, because now we take out too much. Okay, you take out too much, we are owing the bank. All right, so I guess all these things no problem. Okay, so I'm gonna remove all these things first. And then next thing will be dishonored check. A lot of people don't know how to do dishonored check, correct or not? Okay, so what is dishonored check again? So it's the check being rejected. So one thing that you must understand for dishonored check is, in order for the check to be rejected, something must happen first. So what must happen first? We must receive the check first. Okay, you must always remember dishonored check is a check that we receive. Okay, the only in our syllabus, yeah, guys, in our syllabus, dishonored check only apply to when we receive the check. Okay, so how come no one ask this? Like, then, sure, what about our check? Our check go to our supplier, it won't be rejected, man. Okay, of course, in real life, it will lah. Okay, in real life, it will. But for our syllabus, somehow, somewhat, we are perfect. We have to think like this. Okay, you tell ourselves, oh, we are the perfect business. We won't make mistake one. Our bank always got money one, and then our check won't have problem like no signature, no date. Okay, we won't make careless mistake like this. So that's why the check that we give our supplier, right, it won't be rejected. Okay, so for our syllabus only. Okay, for our syllabus, dishonored check only refer to a check received. Can you see the definition here? Okay, the definition here will be a check received. Okay, so only apply to the one that we get. Okay, so when we get a check, what do we do? When you receive a check, obviously have to record lah. Correct? Okay, so what do we do? What's the double entry when you receive a check from the customer, from a TR? Can someone tell me what's the double entry here? Hey, Junho is here. Hi, Jun. Right, so Jun, you missed out the first few things. Please go and watch recording, yeah? Okay. Yeah, guys, anyone want to try? What is the double entry when I receive a check? From TR. Okay. Yep. We DR bank and we CRTR. Okay. So this thing must happen. So you must understand this thing. When we get a check, we quickly, straight away put down into our cash book. So that is what happened first. Now, but the thing is, guys, when you record in cash book, does that mean we already gotten the money? I'm talking about like real money being transferred. The real money went into our bank account. Okay, so I'm not sure how many of you have a bank account, and then have you guys like receive a check before and stuff like that. So when you receive a check, what we must do first, we still have to go to the bank, right? Instead of go to the bank, bring the check, and then bank in. Okay, either you go to the counter, find the cashier, or you put the check into the machine, and then you wait. Someone have to wait, yeah. It's not instant one. Someone have to wait. You want instant, then you go to the counter lah. Go to the counter, and then maybe the cashier will then do it for you. Okay, it can be quite instant. But if not, then sometimes it take a few days for the money to be transferred. Okay, so but the thing is, you see, what happened now is when we receive a check, we're not gonna immediately go to the bank and do all this deposit check. Can you imagine like you get one check and then now you must drive all the way to the bank there? No, right? So what do you think business will do? So normally they will wait. They will wait, they will collect all the check first. Okay, once they collected everything, okay, let's go now and do one shot. Okay, that's what normally that will happen. But you see, when they receive a check, and imagine if you don't record in cash book, if you don't write down, will you remember? Right? Of course you forget. That's why it's all about why do we do recording? Recording is so that we don't forget. Correct? Okay. So when you receive a check, so we quickly write down in the cash book. But that doesn't mean the money already go into our bank account. This one you all must understand this part first. Because if not, then that's why you might have a problem in the bank recon part. Okay, the bank reconciliation statement, right? And how come the bank statement show a different value? How come my cash book different value? How come my money is not same? So you must know what happened with the bank. Okay, can? So yeah, you see here, when I receive a check, I quickly record in the cash book. And then later on, I found out that, the check that day I received, I write down, now the bank tell me, cannot, or they reject. Why they reject? There's many reasons. Like for example, bank not enough money, maybe no signature, no date, the amount and spelling all wrong, maybe there's something wrong with the check and all. Okay, so all this will cause the check being dishonored. Okay, so dishonor check need to record or not? Yes, definitely we need to. Because why? Because we already received the check and we already do DR bank CRTR. Okay, the blue color one, the double entry, is something that we already did. So when they tell you there's a dishonor check, so you must reverse. Okay, to do this is very simple. Look at the double entry, the answer. We just need to reverse this thing, right? You see, I will DRTR and I CR bank now. It's just reverse on it. We cancel the check. I guess okay? So you can remember this other check by this way. Just reverse. As long as you know double entry, how to, when you get the check, now just reverse. Okay? And of course, name is important here, guys. We need to know which fella, right? Which bugger the check, okay? The money, how come cannot go to our bank account? Something is wrong, okay? So which fella? Okay? Can? All right, then if no questions here, then of course we have the discount part. Okay, so how many of you are actually quite confused about the discount? Because how many discount do we have? How many types of discount do we have? When I say type of discount, two, and which is what is the two types of discount? Can you give me the name? Trade and cash, very good. Okay, so sometimes when I ask type of discount, people will tell me discount allowed and discount received. That is not type of discount. Okay, the cash discount, sorry, the discount allowed and discount received is example of cash discount. Whereas trade discount and cash discount, this is type, how many types of discount. So let me bring you guys to another notes here. Okay, I will also sending the Excel notes for cash book. Technically, nothing much here. All right, it's just the oh yeah, you guys also want the ledger part. I think I also send okay the ledger part, Okay, I'll send this also. You guys can take a look. So ledger, you can see. All right, so I Google this thing from Shopee and all. Yeah, technically, there's really a book called Ledger. I'm serious. Okay, so yeah, it's all the key accounts and all. So then we have 4 different ledger, and they all have a different purpose lah. Right? We have sales ledger, purchase ledger, nominal ledger, and cash book. Okay, they all have their individual purpose. What do they record? What do they put inside the book? Okay, so you want to know the reason, all these things, then you come to the advantages. Okay, why do we need to have like 4 different books? Why can't we just do it in one? Things like that. So then you see, okay, it's more convenient. Okay, we're going to put the same type into one same book, right? Like let's say you want to know how much we owe people money, how much we owe our supplier. Where do you go? You go to this book called Trade, which is the purchases ledger. Okay, inside purchases ledger, you have all your supplier inside. Okay, so surprisingly, inside purchases ledger, there's no purchases account. Okay, so the name here, you see, they purposely make it very hard for you. All right, but actually, last time Last time, things are not as hard. Last time is really just called creditor ledger. Creditor is another word for trade payable, right? Can you imagine if you just use the old name? It's so much easier, not so confused, right? So purchase ledger, there's no purchases account inside. You cannot find that. What can you find? You can find all the supplier in there. Okay. Of course, sales ledger, same thing. You cannot find sales account inside. You can only find your TR inside. So these are all the customer. So the same type all put into one book. That's why inside got many T account, not just one. Can you imagine like what can you find inside sales ledger? Sales account. But if you say that, wow, you buy one book just for one T accounts, need meh? Waste of money already. Okay. So, but if you buy one book for many customers, because you don't just have one customer, okay. Oh, by the way, all these are credit customer. What is credit customer again? The people that we sell to them and they haven't paid us. They owe us money. So are they important? Super important, correct or not? Their name all are super important. I need to have individual accounts to write down how much they owe me, how much they pay back already and still owing and stuff like that. Okay? Can you imagine? Then you have to imagine how things works. Right? All these are like flow, workflow, right? So that's all the reason why people are doing all these things. Okay, then we have the nominal ledger. Nominal ledger, another word is called general ledger. So this is the thickest one. This book very thick one. So they have to buy a lot of nominal ledger because why? All the other T accounts are all inside nominal, which is the general. When I say all means what? You can find your sales, purchases, sales return, purchase return, drawing capital wages, right? A lot more, okay? a lot more. Those computer account, furniture account, whatever you can name them, they are all found inside nominal ledger. Okay, so technically everything except for TR, TP, cash and bank. Why? Because TR is already they have one book for it. It's called sales ledger. TP is purchase ledger, and then cash book is our money book, which contain cash and bank. Okay, can. So when they ask you guys for a reason or advantages, why do we divide? Hey, when you guys see so many different books, right? You have a very safe answer. The safe answer is what? Number 2. Work can be divided. Okay, if they ever ask you guys what are the advantages of having a books of prime entry, having ledger, then you ask yourself, hey, how many ledger do we have? How many books of prime entry do we have? Hey, books of prime entry we have 7. Okay, ledger we got 4. So if we have so many, right, that means work can be divided already. So I don't need to one fellow do everything. We can hire, again, can ask our boss to hire more people, okay, and ask them to, okay, you handle this one, I handle this one, and then someone handle the other thing. You know what I mean? All right. So this is a very safe answer. Work can be divided. Okay. Whenever you cannot think of something, you can use this if they ask you for advantages. Okay. Right. Then after that, check-in procedure and all these things you can read yourself. Okay. And then what you can see inside the account, you can take a look. Right. So I like memes. I don't know about you guys. Okay. I like memes. I did some memes and all. Right. So when I was telling my class, I said, yeah, at this point, they were already some of them very confused with all the terms. Can you imagine those year 10, like when you first learn accounts, there are so many different terms, right? You're already like, oh, my brain. Okay. So what is cash sales? Right. Cash sales is technically when you sell something and you receive money straight away. That's called payment on the spot. That's called cash sales. But what is credit sales? Credit sales is I sell something, but I don't get money straight away. People will owe me. That's called credit sales. All right. And then what is sales account? Sales account is the T account that we record all the sales. When I say all sales means cash and also credit sales. Okay, all the sales, I don't care whether they pay or haven't paid. Okay, pay on the spot or pay later. All the sales will be recorded under this thing called sales account. And lastly, we have sales ledger. Right? What the heck is sales ledger? Or sales ledger actually is a book that have all the TR. You see, the problem here is what? You see, every terms here also got the same word. What's the same word? Sales. Right? So at this point, a lot of people will be like, just because you put one different word in front or at the back, then suddenly it becomes something else really. Okay? So it's always very important for you guys to know what it actually means. Okay, especially the word credit sales. Sometimes it's so often that you don't know your teacher talking. Are you referring to credit sales means, are you referring to double entry, the sales need to CR? Or are you referring to credit sales as in like, yeah, I'm selling something and I get the money later? You know what I'm talking about, right? Even when I try to teach and present this, I always very scared that, do you know what I'm talking about? I'm referring to this, not the other one. Like not when I'm doing double entry and I say, oh, sales always CR. So I'm talking about, yeah, credit sales as in like CR, sales in double entry. But this credit sales is like when I'm selling something and people owe me money. So, all right, that's why it's really mind blowing. So I hope you guys can get used to the terms by now already. Okay. So for cash book part, right, same thing. Need to know like what is the definition for bank overdraft, and then dishonored check and all these things. Okay, there are more details notes here. So I'll be sending this to you guys. And then you can check out for yourself for contra entries. Okay, like I said, it's super important. So contra entries, the two situation, make sure to know their double entry, what to do. Okay, in, out, which one in, which one out. Okay. All right. And of course, after that, then is to do the T account. All right. So now speaking, we are going to do the T account soon. So I have, oh yeah, sorry, forgot to talk about the discount part. Paise. All right. So the discount part, if I don't do the discount part, I can't do the cash book question with you all. All right. So when speaking of types of discount, you have two. We have trade discount and cash discount. So trade, the word trade is exchange, right? Buying, right? Buying and selling. Okay. So when you see trade discount, this one you must buy a lot. Only when you buy a lot, you can get this discount. Okay. And this discount will always be deducted. Please, when you see trade discount, you just minus only. No need to say anything really. Just straight away take the original price. What is another word for original price here? It's called list price. Okay. In purple color, okay, it's called list price. So they will use these words. When you see the word list, that means haven't minus the discount yet. So in our syllabus, you just minus on it. All right. Our trade discount is similar to when you guys go last time when you guys go to shopping mall, you see H&M, you see your Uniqlo, wow, doing sales now, 90%, 80%, so happy. You go inside, okay? So you sure buy, you won't just buy one, right? If possible, you buy a lot because they are having sales now. So their sales is actually trade discount, okay? Because they want to encourage you to buy a lot. And when you pay money, guys, when you pay, do you pay the original price or do you pay the after discounted? Of course, after discounted. Oh, understand? All right. So those outside doing sales on in the shopping mall, they are all trade discount. Okay. But then what the heck is cash discount here? Right? Cash discount is different. This is to encourage people to pay early. Does that mean if you go to Uniqlo now buy something and you straight away pay on the spot, are you getting a cash discount? No. Now cash discount only apply to people who are owing us money. That means this is only for cash book record after discount value, right? Yes. Okay. Cash book record money in out. Okay. So you must always, if you give somebody discount, that means you don't receive the exact same amount. For example, let's say I owe you $10. Okay, I owe $10, and then you give me $1 discount. Maybe you tell me like, okay, sure, since you okay, let's say you sold me something, like sold me this pen for $10. And then you tell me, okay, then you take first, you know money now, take first, all right, $10. Then maybe you give me a terms and condition like, okay, if you pay me tomorrow, okay, you just need to pay $9. You get what I mean? All right, so that's the terms and condition that if I pay early, I get an additional discount $1. But what if I don't pay early? What if I pay 1 week later? How much do I owe you? I'll owe you $10. But if I pay early, what happened? I only need to pay $9. So the $1 become a discount. Understand? So cash discount, always remember, even you see the word cash here, must relate to money. It must be paying early. All right. Whereas trade discount, right, there's no money involved here. They're just telling you that, okay, if you buy more, I give you cheaper price. Okay. So this is something like people go and Pasar Malam or what, nego, when they nego, it's like, give me cheaper a bit lah, I buy more, give me cheaper lah, you get what I mean? All right? So that's called trade discount. So cash discount only apply to our credit customer, only to our TR. So when they pay early, they can get. If they don't pay early, sorry lor. If they don't pay early, then they don't get this. So this is actually an extra discount, an additional discount. Okay. So check out this meme. Right? Check out this thing. Yeah, trade discount is good, right? Of course, you buy a lot, you get a discount. Wow, but if let's say you pay early, you got additional. This is an additional discount on top of whatever early on that you're supposed to pay. You understand? Any questions here? You don't get it. Like normally as a business, because you see, we can do business without having capital. I think my first class I did told you guys, yeah, you guys can, if you have a good connection, you have someone who trusts you guys enough, who literally can just give you like, okay lah, take this and sell. It's okay. No need to give me anything. Just take the thing and then go and sell first. So obviously, but when they ask you to take this, there's also a price that they're selling to you. Let's say this is $5. Okay. And how much would you sell this? You want to make money, right? Obviously, you must sell above $5, correct? Okay. So let's say you take a lot of this, then you sell above $5, so you make your money. Once you sell, you receive the money, then only you pay your supplier back. Maybe your supplier is your parents, maybe your uncle, someone that will trust you. Okay, they allow you to owe them first. All right. So I mean, obviously you can nego now, like, okay, so this is $1, this is 5 for $1, right? Okay lah, can I take more? I take more. Can you like charge me maybe just $4, right? So that is a trade discount. If you're asking them when you want to like take a lot, not paying first, okay, and they give you the discount, so that's called trade discount. But cash discount is another extra discount. It's like, okay, you know what? If you pay me early within 1 week, I'm going to give you additional. So that is what cash discount is. All right. So I think for the remainder examples, okay, you guys can read for yourself here. Okay. So for cash discount, we have these two accounts. One is called discount allowed, and one is discount received. Of course, discount allowed, we give people discount. That means we are not giving people money. When we give people discount, it's our loss. You get what I mean? All right. It's like someone owe me $10, and I tell my customer, if you pay me early, okay lah, you just give me 9 lah. So the $1, what happened? The $1 become my expenses, like become my loss, All right, because since they pay early, okay. And then for discount received, same thing. If I pay my supplier early, so then I just need to pay less, so I earn a discount received. Okay, so this is not money. All right, there's no like, discounts means I give, doesn't work that way. It's gonna be funny, right? Imagine it's like, so I receive money. Let's say someone owe me $10. So what? He give me 10, then I $1 give him back. No lah, you just tell the fella, you just give me 9 lah, okay? Understand? So something like this. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to teach you guys some tricks here, which is the tips. How do we identify? I think the problem in our cash book question in the IG is, how do you know whether is it discounted or haven't discounted? So that is the main problem. So we have to go through the tips here. Okay, the format of the cash book, I think no problem. We are going to do 3 columns. So discount allowed is on the left side, discount received will be on the right hand side. Okay. Any questions, please ask. If not, then I'll just go on. Okay, so let me highlight important things first. Okay, so the first tips, what's important here? For contra entry, please, if can, please remember to put the symbol C. If you don't put the symbol C, then that might be a problem. Okay, you might not get the marks. Okay, unless you're lucky. Okay, but I can tell you, please just put. All right, that's the safest. And make sure to do both sides. That means money in and also money out. Okay, later we'll do a question. You'll see how I do that. Okay, next one is for the dishonored check. For dishonored check, what must you do? Okay, dishonored check, confirm money out. Okay, fixed already. Yeah, because the check being rejected. When we receive the check, we money in. So now reject, money out. Okay, so you're gonna be confirm money out on the CR side. Then what must you put? The details are important here. You must put the name. Make sure to know whose check was dishonored, and also please write down bracket dishonored check. Okay, I think I shown this last week already to tell you. Okay, I told you why you must put. If not, then very confusing. Both sides also got something similar, so you must put down dishonored check. Okay, and then the third one. Okay, the discount part. So let's see. Now the discount part. How do we know whether already discounted or not? Okay, so this is what I've noticed. Okay, let's go with the numbers. Okay, so actually, I've noticed this lah. If you guys see a nice number, what do I mean a nice number? So when the question give you a scenario like, let's say, I think I need to find a question first. Okay, let me find a question first. Yeah, IG paper, paper 2. Let's look at specimen paper. Question 1 itself. Yep. This one. Check receipt settle that. Okay. No, this one nothing much here. This one no challenge. After this is which paper again? Let me see. This year, February, March. Let's see. Okay. I think this one can what else? Okay. So I think you all have this. So I think it's easier. This paper, by the way, this is February, March 2021. So this year. Okay, February, March paper. So there's a cash flow questions here. So please take a look at 21. Okay. And also 24. 21 and 24. Yeah, these two. All right. I'm pretty sure you guys will encounter some cash flow questions whereby when you read, they sound very confusing because they use something like the word after deducting. Okay, they use the word after deducting the discount. But then you notice sometimes, how come the answer like this one haven't deduct one? Like even though they put the word after deducting. So later I'll show you some questions. Okay, maybe this one is not that because this is after deducting cash discount. Okay, and Kabe paid in check 21. I think yeah, we can use this 21 is Kabe paid by check for the goods he purchased on 6th January. On 6th January, what happened? On 6th January here. Okay, so sold goods on credit to Kabe. List price is 200, subject to a trade discount of 20%. So what must we do here, guys? We need to minus the 20%. Yes or no? Okay, always minus the trade discount. All right. So can someone do a quick math for me? How much here? After minusing the cash, the trade discount. So how much Kabe owe us? How much Kabe owes here? 160. Thanks. All right. So what is the double entry here now? On 6, that I should do here. On the 6, what do we DR and what do we CR here? So sold goods, we are selling something. So sold goods have to convert to sales. Sales always what? Sales always DR or always CR? CR, right? So CR sales. So how much again? 160. Okay, and what do we debit here? So we didn't get money straight away, right? So we have to put the fullest name, so Kabe. So also 160. All right. Now, on the 21. So what happened on 21 now? So Kabe paid by check. So I mean he paid us. So technically we will receive money. Am I right? When we receive money, what happened? We DR bank, correct? So here's the question. So how much did we receive? Okay, did we receive 160? Or I need to minus the discount, right? So this question is quite obvious. I'm pretty sure you guys all will tell me that I will need to minus the 7.5%. Am I right? Okay, so that means the 7.5 is the discount that we give to Kabe. Correct? So this is not that how to say, it's not that confusing. Can I find another question for you guys to show you? Okay, and let me find the one that from my school handout. Mate. Normally it's not deducted. Yeah, no. I want to show you using the tricks that I've seen. Okay, question 3. Okay. So guys, look at this question 3 here, and we look at transaction number 10 and also 24. Okay, 10 and 24. So let's look at 10 first. Receive a check from Mandy in settlement. The word settle means don't owe us anymore. Okay, so in settlement of her account of 480, comma, after deducting cash discount, 2.5 discount, 2.1%. 24, paid sell me a check for 546 to settle the amount due after deducting cash discount 14. So can you see that both questions also have the word after deducting? Right? So let's look at 10 first. Yeah. So can you guys tell me number 10? Do you think 480 deducted or not? The 480. Already minus? So I haven't minus yet. Okay, shall we say already? Others? Deducted? Okay. Any other answers? No. So okay. I mean, if you're not sure, it's okay. So for number 10, this 480, unfortunately, not yet. The 480 haven't minus the discount yet. Okay. Now look at 24. Okay, for 24, paid sell me a check for 546 to settle the amount due. This one, minus already or not? Okay, for 24, answer is yes. So it's like, yeah, so it's like, so now what? Okay, so here's the thing. So I noticed that even in IG, all the questions is like this one. When you see a nice number, so what do I mean by nice number? Which means nice number is the last digit. The last digit is 0. When you see last digit is a 0, that means not yet. They haven't minus the discount yet. Even though they put there like after deducting cash discount, right? So not yet. So you need to minus yourself. Okay? And then when you see not nice number, what do I mean by not a nice number? The last digit 1 to 9. Okay, so let's look at the notes again. Okay, so when you see nice number, all right, so last number means last digit is 0. And not nice means 1 to 9. Okay, if it's 1 to 9 at the back last digit, that one already minus the discount. So most of the time, of course, there are exceptions. There are some questions that so happen before discount and after discount, the last digit is still 0. But what I observe is like 99%, okay, is going to be like this. Okay, nice number, not yet. Is there a reason for this? This is just the way they ask. Okay, so maybe what's another way? What's another way to identify whether already minus or not? How can we ensure which one is okay? So this one here. Okay, the best thing to ensure this, actually this is language. But funny thing is, even I asked the language teacher, right? No, you must not. Yeah, correct. If you look at this word, his or her account of. When you guys see the word his or her account of, that means they are telling you how much have been owing. Like his account or her account, that means that is the 100%. That is the one that before. Okay, this is the keywords here. His account or her account. So if you go back to the question just now, okay, here, right? Can you guys see that? Number 10, Mariam in settlement, her account. So when you see her account of 480, this means 100%. Okay, this is telling you this is 100% here. Yeah, which means haven't minus yet. Okay, and now you compare to 24. Paid sell me a check for 546 to settle the amount due. So you don't see the word her account of. They're just telling you straight away the check. See, her check for 546 means this check worth 546. So we are paying 546. But is 546 100%? No. All right. So this is one way you can. So I give you two different methods here to identify. One is you look at the number. If you see the number at the back there is 0, okay, then it's 100%. They haven't minus yet. Okay. But and then if you see those words at the last one is not 0, that's already minus. You can try this trick. You can try this trick. You go and find all the cash book past year question, and then when you see very confusing, right? And then you can take this and try. But some questions are very straightforward. Some questions you can read and then it won't feel very confused. They just tell you to, yeah, you're supposed to deduct. Then you deduct. Oh. Okay. Let's go back to the question just now here. Okay. So 24. Sorry, 21. So 21 technically, after deducting cash discount of. So can you see that 160 is the nice number, right? Okay. So we have to minus. So after minus, the amount that we paid or that we get is always maybe 1 to 9, I don't know. Okay. It's just that the way they fix the question like this. Okay, they like to make the question when you receive the money after discount, after the cash discount, right? It's always 1 to 9. So this one is obviously not 160. Okay. So how much will we getting? And then how much is the discount? So there's a discount allowed here. Okay, and then last one will be CR KB. So you see now, when you see the word setter paid for the thing that they bought and all. So at first, KB owes us. When KB pay us, so lastly we need to one left, one right. See, KB was at first on the DR. So now KB don't owe us anything, right? So KB will be CR 160. Here confirm 161. Okay. So you guys can do the calculation here yourself. How much is the 7.5? And then let's look at 24. So Pari paid. Who is Pari? Somebody I guess. So Pari paid 141. So this word itself, Pari paid 141. So 141 already minus or not? What do you think? By check in full settlement 24. Pari paid. Pari is 20. Okay. So on 20, we have sold goods on credit to Pari 150. So on 24, guys, see Pari paid 141. So 141 is after discount or before discount. So obviously it's after discount, right? So you see the last digit is not a nice number. So we receive 141. And how much is the discount? Some quick maths off straight away is $9 is the discount. Okay, so this is the tricks that you guys can take a look. Okay, if you have any other cash flow questions, please do, and then you can try this, see for yourself. Okay. So goes on grade to 62, offering him a discount of 5% if he paid within 21 days. Right? Oh yeah. So what is 26? What do you think 26 is? 26. Do we need to record 26 on our cash book for 26. Sold goods on credit to Yash 62, offering him a discount of 5% if he paid within 21 days. Do we need to record this? Yeah. Why? No need. Okay, why no need? Because it's on credit. Yeah, there's no money in, there's no money out. So they like to put in some to just to confuse you all. Alright. But the 26, we don't need to record in cash book, but we need to record where? We need to record in our sales journal. Okay, so this part we will still test you. So where to record them. Okay, guys. All right. So the thing is, for 2020, there's not many cash book questions, right? So when you see one, then yeah, okay, you can take the trick that I teach you. And then there's one last part also, super important, like to test also. The last part, the last tips for this one will be when you see the word paid or cash into the bank. Okay. Yeah, they like to, the last in the question in the cash book, they like to do this, saying that paid all cash into the bank except. Okay. So I think the early question I asked, there's something like this, to tell you all your remaining cash will put into the bank except. So this is actually a contra entry. Okay. But how to do these questions? For me, I suggest that please calculate yourself first. Calculate yourself what is the contra value. So that means you ask yourself how much money you have, okay, how much cash you have, and you minus the money that you have spent so that you have your balance. So now all the balance cash, you're going to transfer, right? But except when I say except, so please minus also. Minus the last part here, the one that they say except. So usually it's except 100. So you minus 100, then you do your contra first. You get what I mean? So I think question like this, the best is actually to do questions from. Let me see whether I have or not. I know early on I opened up the specimen paper. So let's do one to show you. Okay. So this is specimen paper. Yes, they have a cash book question here. Okay. Let's think the barley one. All right. So let us put in the easy thing first. So when you are dealing with cash book, you can straight away tell yourself these things. Need to change the layout because this thing keep on terbalik like this. Hold on. Can send this to the group. Oh, okay. Can. Okay, this is specimen paper 2020. Okay. Let me switch this thing first. Okay. Okay, you can tell yourself to label this quickly. On the left hand side, DR. Okay, DR means left, and then CR means right. This will never change one, correct? Okay. So on the left hand side, what does that mean? If cash book is money, so this is our asset account. All right. So only for cash book, you can tell yourself DR is plus, and plus means money coming in. All right. And then the CR side will be minus, and this one means money out. Okay. And then for details. Details I mentioned to you guys before in T account, this is the reason. Okay, the reason why money in and out. Okay. So let's go. Let's go together. First thing first. All right, we have starting. When you guys see the word balances, this will always means what? Is it balance CD or balance BD? When you see the word balances in the questions. Okay, always balance BD, yeah? And then someone look at the date. The date is first of something. So this is balance BD. So cash, 50. And then we have bank overdraft. So cash definitely is positive. So you put in 50. Okay, put in 50. And then details, you write balance BD. Okay, I'll just write short form here, balance BD. And then you can do the dates later, which is 2020. Is it August 1st? Is it 2020? 217, sorry. All right. Now, if they say balance bank overdraft, so bank is bank overdraft. So overdraft going to be a negative. So this one they are testing you to know what do we do with the balance bank overdraft. So bank overdraft will be a balance BD on the right side, negative already. Okay. The amount is 7150. So what do I do? Do I write bank overdraft here? Okay. No. All right. Don't write bank overdraft here, guys. Same thing, just write balance BD. Okay, in bank account balance BD on the right side, it represent the word bank overdraft. So you don't need to write the word bank overdraft. Never ever write that. Okay. Same thing August 1st. All right. So that no problem. Okay. So if can, I want you guys to just watch how I do this. Then you guys can practice again lah. All right. So let's look at the number one. The first one, which is August 9. So August 9, a check received in July for 362 from N Supplies was dishonored by the bank. So this is dishonored check. Need to record or not? Yes. How do I record this? Now, the common mistake people do here is what? When they see the word check received, yeah, the further straight away go and do what? Go and put on the money in. Because they see the word check received, okay? But cannot like this, guys. Read the whole thing. Please don't just read halfway. You have to read the whole thing. What happened here? So this is actually rejected check, dishonored check. Yeah. For dishonored check to happen, you must receive the check. And then when do you receive this? You receive this in July. Now it's August 9. Okay. Right now we are in August 9. Check being rejected. So we have to do money out. Okay. So money out, 362. Out from which one? So I will normally always do like this, guys. I always ask myself, I'll always do money account first. And I will do in the correct column first. Is it by cash or is it by bank? So ask yourself this question. All right. So dishonored check, obviously bank. So money out. Okay. Do on the right hand side, bank. Put the amount 362. So I put the amount first, 362. Yeah. Okay. So with this, I have secured my site already, which site to do. Okay. And then which column. Because you put wrong column, then GG already. Okay. You cannot put cash column and put bank column. All right, now I come to the reason. So why? Why is it that my bank will go out? Money will out 362 from my bank account. Why? Yes, because of N Supplies. This is the reason. Okay, write down the feller's name and you must put dishonored check. All right. If your handwriting is too big, like this, cannot fit in one. How? Can do bottom, can. Okay. If your handwriting is too big, don't worry, guys. You can just do it on the second line. Okay, you can just bracket here and then just put this on the check. Okay, it's totally fine. Okay, you can do like this. E. Okay. And then only I put the dates. I always do the date last one because not to say dates are not important, but sometimes it's really the least important. Might not have any marks here. Is it August 8? Sorry, yeah. This is August 9, sorry. Okay, August 9. Okay. In order to get marks, you must put in the correct place, in the correct column. Is it by cash or by bank? And then they look at your details. Your details wrong, sorry, they won't give you marks. Any question here? Okay. Can so for dishonored check, always remember you have to record and it's always at the money out. check being rejected, money out. Okay? Ken? Any questions? Noah? Let's move on. Next one will be 18. Paid 54 by check for fuel of private motor vehicle. Okay, tell me, money in or money out here? In or out? Okay, out, easy. So on the right hand side, so 54. By cash or by bank? Cash or bank? Which column? Okay, bank. So 54. So I do put in 54 first. All right. Secure your side first. Okay, out. So right hand side, put down the amount in the cash or bank first. Okay, now come back to the details. Details right wrong means GG cannot get marks. All right. So what should I put here? So here they say paid for check for private for fuel of private motor vehicle. Okay, you put shall we say motor vehicle. Any other answers? Any other answers? Try lah, guys. Just try only. Private motor vehicle. Okay. Some more. Any other answers? Just type in what would you write for details. Okay. I mean, for me, I need to know also what would you write. Or you're totally not sure. If you don't put anything at all, you confirm also don't get marks here. All right. Okay. Few. All right. Anyone else want to try? Okay. If no, okay. Drawing. Jingming say. All right. So, what's the correct answer here? Okay. You cannot put in this question. You cannot put motor vehicle. Number one, Xiao Yi. Why cannot put motor vehicle? $54 motor vehicle is a car. Can we buy a car? I mean, if the details are motor vehicle, which means a car, can car only cost $54? No way, right? Doesn't make sense. Okay. Then put fuel. Okay. Put fuel also wrong in this part. So why leh? Okay. So it's also wrong. So this is petrol. I feel it's petrol, right? Okay. But it's also wrong because of the keywords. The word private. Okay, for this question, they are very tricky, very sneaky here. They put the word private. When you see the word private, they are referring to who? They are referring to the owner already. When you see the word private, it means owner. And when you see the word owner, so are we supposed to use business money to pay for the owner's expenses, the owner's own stuff? No. All right. So here, that's why we have to we don't need to know what it is. We can just throw everything into this thing called drawings. All right. So the correct answer is drawings. So drawings can be taking out money for whatever reason. You just, as long as I know you take out money. Okay. Whatever you're gonna pay, that's up to you. I don't care. All right. The moment owner, private, take out something, please just use the word drawings. Okay. So here, for details, for the reason, you have to write drawings. If you put just now all those motor vehicle lah, private motor vehicle lah, or fuels lah, right? Will you get marks? Unfortunately, no. Okay, that's why they are very, very concerned on the correct details, the correct reason. Okay, ma? Can? So I hope you guys here okay. Like, don't ask me like, teacher, but I thought you said drawings is always debit one. Yeah. In double entry, what's the double entry here? DR. Drawings. It's always DR. What do I credit? I credit bank here because I took out money from the bank account. So what account am I doing? I'm doing cashbook. Cashbook got bank account there. Can you see? So I have to refer to bank account. CR is on the right side. So that's how we do double entry to P account. That's what we have practiced last week. But here I'm giving you guys another easier method, which is just ask yourself money in, money out. Okay. Then you don't need to do double entry. If you want to understand, yes, then you do all the double entry first. Then only you do, then you see which one is the cash and bank, and then you do accordingly left or right side. Okay. So is it how you want to do accounts is up to you. Okay, how you want to perceive the information, how you tell yourself which one is the easier method, more efficient method. Okay, so you guys should be more flexible in this. Okay, you see which one is easy for you, you use that method. All right. Okay, let's move on. What's the date for this one? Drawing is on the 18th. Sorry, flying here and there. All right, let's move on. 24. Receive a check from Mariam. Mariam again. To settle her debt of 520, comma, less 2.5 cash discount. So when you guys read this sentence here, will you feel very confusing? No, right? Because it's quite obvious, just telling you, okay, settle the debt. You see, her debt of her total amount owed is 520, comma, less 2.5 cash discount. So you know you will have to minus the discount. All right. But if the moment they go and write down the word, okay, after deducting cash discount, okay, then you start to like, so 520 already discounted or not? Correct or not? So yeah, they sometimes they will just make the sentence sound like this. So these are the accounting language that they will use lah. All right. So in this case, guys, when you see this is a nice number, and then somehow you see the word her debt of. So in total, 520 is the 100%. So obviously, because there's a 2.5 cash discount, so obviously we do not receive 100 percent. Okay, we receive only 97.5%. Can someone do me the maths for me? So receive a check, money in. Right? Thank you, Harry. So receive a check, money in. So cash or bank, you see the word check. So bank. So 520 minus 13, that will be 507. So go to left-hand side, money in, put down 507 first. Okay. And then the 13 bucks is the discount that we give, correct or not? So you put in the 13 bucks here also. And then please make sure, yes, do not leave your answer as a percentage. Why? Can you see the column or the dollar sign there? So the answer must be in value. Please do not leave your answer as a percentage. Okay, do not put there 2.5%. Okay, then you won't get the marks already because they need it to be in the value. Okay, so you can see 507 and 13, these two put together cannot have decimal place. So happen in the question so far there's no decimal place. When you have decimal place, that means you have done it wrongly. Okay, but I cannot tell you 100% the question won't have decimal place. That was, I think there was once last time very old paper, there are also correct answer with decimal place. Okay, yeah, but just that so that nowadays the question answer always no decimal place. All right, so you can take that lah. Okay, Udong. All right, so what's the details right here? Yes. So yeah, who gave us the money? Okay, so in this case, who do we receive the check from? Mariam. So just write Mariam on it. All right. Now, how many of you here will do like this, like Mariam, and then I put there TR. Okay, or you put there you put something, or you just write down name. How many of you do this? Okay, if not, then it's good. All right, because why? The only worry is if you put Mariam, that's correct already, and then your hand itchy, you go and put T. Accidentally you put TP. So how do you still get marks? No, okay, because this one become wrong information already. Because Mariam is a customer, it's not a supplier. So if your hand itchy suddenly put Mariam TP become a supplier, sorry wrong details already. So what's the best option? The best is don't put, just put the name enough already. Okay, no need to put TR or TP, just put the name. All right, to be safe. So Mariam 24. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next one. 27. Okay, paid 400 by check. Okay, this included 365 for new office equipment, and the balance was for repair to existing office equipment. All right. So how this one? Money in or money out? So you see the word paid, obviously, money out. But then, do I straight away put 400 because they said paid? 400 by check. Okay, so can I put just 400? No. Okay, because there are two things here. So when there are two things, please separate them. Okay, guys, you have to separate them. In the end, the total is still 400 on our money outside. All right, so we have to separate for 365 for new office equipment. So money out by check. So I put down 365 first. Okay, by check under bank account. Okay, so what do I put here? So what are we paying for? Here they say paid for new office equipment. Need to put the word new or not. Need lah, okay? Old or new doesn't matter. As long as we know that is an office equipment. Alright? So here you can either put equipment or you want to put office equipment also can. I'll just put equipment lah. Same thing. Alright? Then they said the remaining balance is for repair. So use 400 minus 365. The remaining balance is 35. Alright, so you have to split. So it's for repair. Okay, have to do like this. Okay, ma? Can? Okay, the question here says paid 400 by check. This included 365 for new office equipment and the balance was for repair to existing office equipment. You can either write repair to office equipment or we just write repair. Just write repair will do with you guys. Any question here? Can? Okay, so this is on 27. Okay, for the date, for the date, right, you can either put like this, both also 27, or you can just put 27. Okay, how come like this? Yes. Okay, technically it's like that. If I put 27, right, so whatever happened after that is all going to be same date until you change the new things. Let's say later on I have maybe let's say wages and then I change to 30. Okay, like this. So this is automatically the repair, right? The repair is treated as the same date as the one that on top. Now this is the format lah. Okay, but if you scared, then you might just put another 27. No? Okay, you can do like this also. Alright. If you don't put whatever below it is all considered same date. Okay, this is the format. Okay. Of course, I won't put lah. I won't waste my energy to put. Alright, so they are on the same date. So you just put 27 like this. One date counting. Okay. Okay, let's move on to another two more. Alright, we have cash sales 3224. So this is money in or money out? Cash sales 30. Money in or money out? In. By cash or by bank? So it's very obvious already. Okay, it's by cash. So 3224. So same thing, put in the amount 3224. And then what do I write for details? Do I need to write the word cash again? To do like this or not? No need lah, guys. Okay. So just write sales only. Settle. No need to put the word cash. Okay. So this is on the 30. Easy. Alright, and the last part. Yes, the last part. Pay all the remaining cash into the bank except 100. Yeah. They like to test like this. Okay, the last thing, they'll make you to do one contra there. Right? Don't know how to do contra? How many marks you lose? 2 marks. If the cash book got 2 contra accounts, we got 2 contra and true contra transaction, or 4 marks gone. So please make sure you know how to do for cash. Alright, very simple, guys. Same thing. Ask yourself, money in or money out? So actually, it's not in or out. It's both, right? If you have contra, okay, this is both. It's money in and also money out. So up to you. You want to do money in first or you want to do money out first? Up to you. Alright? So you guys want to do money in first or money out first? Lie. Money in first. Okay, fine. Money in. So on the left hand side. Alright, in. So in where? In into bank or into cash? So which account will have more money now? Okay, bank. Yes. So the question now is how much? Alright, so you have decided you have to do money in, which is bank account. Okay, but how much? So here's the challenge. Okay, so this last part is the challenge. You need to calculate first. Okay, so how do we calculate this? How do I know how much money to go into my bank account. So they said, pay all the remaining cash except 100. So what you should do here is, you have to calculate, find the contra amount first. How to find this? Okay, ask yourself how much money do you have in cash first, right? So in this question, it's quite simple. Why? Because there's no money out. They did not spend a single cent using cash, correct or not? So how much money do you have in your cash account at this point? You have 3224 plus 50, correct? That's the total. So you have 3274. Okay, so our total is 3274. And we are going to transfer all except 100. So just use 3274. Okay, I do it here better. Okay, 3274 is all the money that we have, and we minus with 100. If not, it will minus the CR side. What do you mean? If not, what do you mean by if not? Total cash. Yeah. If you have something on the spending side, then you must, okay. Okay, I'm back. All right, can you hear now? Okay. So if you have spending side, then you must minus first, right? If you spend something, the side, it all depends on your answers also. Okay. So that's why it's an OF mark. Usually that part is an OF mark. So they want to see whether you do it correctly or not. Okay, just use your total money that you have. Okay, and then minus the total spending. The remaining, then you minus again whatever they say that is except. Right? So this part easy, there's no spending. So just minus, you get 3174. Okay, so our contra amount is 3174. Okay, so now we can do our contra. So we do money in, right? So money in into bank. Okay, money in into bank. So 3174, go to bank. Yeah. Okay. Reason. Yes. Reason. So what's the reason? Why is it our bank account got more money now? Where the money come from? Yes, it's from cash. So please make sure don't put like this. Can you imagine money 3174 under bank account? And then the reason you put bank again. So my bank got more money because of bank. Right? So wrong. Okay. Therefore, you have to write cash. And then just don't forget about the symbol C. The C can be big C, can be small c, no problem. Okay? Normally it's small c lah. Right? 31st. Am I done here, guys? Okay, please don't stop here, okay, guys? Not done yet because we only do money in. Contra must do money in and also money out. Right? Now we do money out. So money out, same thing, also 3174. Where? Which account? Is it cash account or bank account money out? Okay, so this time money out is by cash. Okay, our cash is going to the bank, right? So 3174, put under cash there. Can see? And then what do I put for details? Where is the money going to? What's the reason? Money going to the bank account. And then you put symbol C, which stands for contra. Understand? Like this, huh? Okay. Are we done yet? So all the transaction finished already. So yeah, not done because we still have to do balancing. Yes, so how do we do balancing here? So what do we do through balancing? All right, for balancing, these are the format. So format, you have to remember, okay? As usual, leave one line empty first for your balance CD. Okay, so leave first. Normally what I'll do is I'll choose the longest one. Okay, then you skip one row. And after that, you draw the total line. So the total line has to start from the discount. So our discount allowed and the discount received, you have to total them. Okay, this is the format. Okay, normally we will just do the discount part first. Okay. So for discount, yes, I have 13 here. Please don't do balance CDBD for your discount because you can't. Okay. Left side is discount allowed, right side is discount received. It's not the same thing. Only when left and right from the same accounts, you guys can do balancing. Okay. If not, cannot do balancing. So this is 13, this is nothing. So I just leave it. Or 0 also can, up to you. Okay. Then when you do balancing, please do one by one lah, guys. Okay. You do one by one. Don't straight away do both. Right. So focus on, let's do cash first. Okay. Let's do cash. So always, what do we do again? Put the highest number inside, correct or not? So obviously, highest number is 3274 on the left hand side. Then right hand side also same thing, 3274. Okay. So what's the missing number? 3274, which is the 100. All right. The 100, what do we call this 100? The details. This is called balance CD. Yes. All right. After that, okay, don't stop first. First balance in no marks on. All right. Continue with the 100. Put put correctly under the cash column. If you put sengit, put at the side there, suddenly you put under discount allowed. Can you get marks? No, cannot get marks already. All right. So you have to make sure that you put correctly under cash column 100. And then this is called balance BD. So marks are awarded at the balance BD. After August, becomes September 1st. Okay. So can you see just now they say, okay, put in all the cash except, yeah. So I should have 100 balance with me. Make sense? Okay. So once you are done with cash, now you can do bank. So bank, which side more? Left hand side more or right hand side more? So obviously right hand side more lah. So I put the highest number right hand side. How much here? 7150 plus 362 plus 54 plus 365 plus 35. 7966. Okay. So this side also same thing, 7966. And what is the balance number? 7966 minus 507 minus 3174. Berapa? 4285. Yes. So this is also called balance CD. Also 31st. So if they are same date, can you see that I don't put the date anymore? Yeah. Okay. Next one, balance CD. Then after that, 4285, put back correctly under bank column. Done. Okay, so balance BD. September 1st. All right. So please do not lose marks. Don't make careless mistake like putting the word CD become BD or BD become CD. Put something wrong or put in the wrong place. All right. What does the 4285 stands for? It's the bank overdraft. It is still bank overdraft. All right. That means we still spend more than what we put inside our bank account. Correct? Okay, guys. So I hope with this question you agak-agak can do. So the rest of the cashbook question, please do yourself. All right. Any question, please ask me. You can use the tricks that I taught you all, okay, to know whether after discount or before discount. Okay, I'm serious. You check, you go and find all the questions when you see the word, whether is it correct or not. Okay, it's always they do it like they have a habit of putting nice number is haven't minus yet. Okay, ma? Can? So for petty cash book part, where is it? Sorry. For petty cash book is also quite easy. Here. So I will just go with the tips, okay, so that faster a bit. Later cannot cover everything. All right, so for petty cash book, advantages, all these things you read yourself, yeah. Okay, what is petty cash book? What is it for? So these are all for small amount, small payment amount. Important thing, you need to understand what is impress system. Okay, impress system is very similar to your allowance system, I believe. I believe they all will get allowance. Okay, like maybe every week, every month. But the difference is, okay, the difference is here we will give exactly so that you start with the same amount. In our normal life, I believe that you guys, let's say every month you get 100. Your parents won't ask you how much you have spent. They will just, every month, they just give you 100 lah. Got extra, you keep, right? If you spend not enough, then you'll probably ask again, but got extra, you keep. But here in the business, you're not like this. Okay, in a business, it has to be like, okay, everything must be exactly. So you start with 100. If you have $5 balance now, I'll give you 95. I won't give you 100. Right? So that's what interest system is. Okay, is yeah. And then important thing is how to restore. You need to know how to restore. There's a formula, very easy. Just use your fixed amount. Interest amount is the fixed amount. You minus with whatever balance you have. If your fixed amount is $10, you have balance $1. So how to restore? Give you 9. All right. So the restore, please, you must get money, guys. Okay, you must get money. It's either by cash or by bank, which is check. Okay. Can petty cash book is not really a famous question, so you want me to do one question? I think I only have one question. All right, so the tips, look at the tips part here. I'll be sending these notes to you all. All right, tips number 1. Yes, if you guys see the word envelopes, all right, if they ask you envelopes, later on they ask you the analysis column, right? They'll ask you something like where to put them. You see, in petty cash book for the format, what's important is, so after you say, okay, I paid for this thing, then you need to know whether, do I put it under which headings, right? Which title of the accounts, correct or not? And let me find one question. Yeah. If I say like this, I think no one can understand. I think this paper should be this paper. This is February, March 2020. Yep, this one. So far, there's only one question in IG. All right. Okay. So can you see travel, postage, and stationery ledger account? So these are known as analysis column. Okay, there's a name for this thing here. It's called analysis column. And all these are given by the questions. Okay, they are given by the questions. All right. So your job is, after you have read, let's say you write down, you paid for example, number. Okay, let's say you paid for Grab car, okay, Grab taxi. And then after that, you paid, let's say, $10. Will you get marks here? No, you haven't get marks yet. How to get marks? So you have to decide, this $10, is it under travel? Is it under postage and stationery? Or is it under ledger account? When you put in the correct column, then only you get the marks. So obviously, Grab will be under travel. Understand? Okay. So this is the usage of the analysis column. So obviously, we need to know a ledger account. So what do we put under ledger account? So this is all our PP. Yes, sometimes we also use petty cash to pay our supplier. So when you see ledger account, these are referring to TP account. Okay, so that's important. All right. So petty cash book is quite easy, right? So are we doing one question here? Let me go through the tips first, yeah. Envelopes. So yep, envelopes. Where is it? Okay. So when you guys see envelope, please do not put it under postage. Envelope is not postage. Why leh? You know what's envelopes, right? You guys know what envelope is, correct or not? Okay. So just a quick one. Yeah, this is envelopes. So you see, yes, we do understand that, yeah, I thought envelope is for us to post letter, but in actual fact, people also buy envelope to keep something, can keep money lah, can keep paper clips lah, can keep a lot of things lah. Is to organize stuff also. So that is why it's not necessarily only for postage. I can buy envelope, I can do a lot of organizing my files and all, and my stuff for stationery and all. Okay, so that's why please remember, under petty cash book, If you see envelope, do not put under postage. It's under stationery. Okay, ma? So that's tips number one. Okay. Tips number two, all right, you need to total. After you're done with the petty cash book, this is the formats, yeah? Please make sure to total up your analysis column. Okay. And then after that, you have to also show your total receipt and your total paid. Technically, do your balancing. Okay, you have to do your balancing, and also the dates are important. In petty cash book, surprisingly, dates are important. So all correct dates will give you 1 mark. Okay, so I'm just letting you know normally how marks are awarded lah for petty cash book. Okay, can so can I don't do this question with you all? Can you all try yourself? There's only one question, so that I can use the time to go through the business document. Okay, ma? So just make sure you follow the tips lah. All right, like total your analysis column, do your balancing all nicely. Just look at the marking scheme. Okay, look at the marking scheme. You follow how they give the marks. Maybe I should open up marking scheme and show you guys. MS22. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right. This question a bit weird because normally, right, the marks are given at the what do you call that? I think this one go by each line. Maybe they go by each line. So you must put the 24, like for example, stationery, right? Stationery, 24. So you must make sure that you put under the correct column, then only you can get the marks. So your details must also be correct. Okay. So after done all, okay, check out the bottom part here, guys. Check out the bottom part. So 1 mark for dates. How do you know if you need to know the restore? The question will tell you whether you need to restore or not. They will definitely tell you one. Okay. If they don't say for this question, they didn't say, that's why you don't need. Okay. You can look at the question again. Let's look at the questions. Yeah. Did they say to restore or not? All right. Starting, the impressed amount will always be given, guys. So please do not straight away skip the top part. Please don't skip the top part. The top part is super important. They will tell you how much is the impressed. Okay. It's just like everyone have a different amount of allowance your parents give you. Your friends also different allowance, correct? So when you ask them, they will tell you the parents give them how much. Okay. So same thing here. The question will always tell you how much is the impressed amount. Okay. So 200 is restored on the first day of each month. The balance of 65. Okay. So this is your balance BD. All payment less than 100 are made from petty cash. Okay. So this question usually also they like to give you whether to restore or not. Okay. You have to read from the question here. They will tell you what to do. Like here, they tell you, okay, balance the petty cash book and bring down the balance. They didn't say restore, ma. Right? If you scared, you just do lor. Okay, but no marks are given. You can still do one, no problem. You can still do one. All right? Since they didn't say, so no need. All right? So can you guys see the 1 mark here? 1 mark for date, 1 mark for totaling analysis column. That means you have to do this 67, 35, and 85. If you don't do this, you won't get this 1 mark. It's an OF mark, it's a free mark. Okay? As long as you total, you get this 1 mark. Okay, so please don't forget this. Then after that, 1 OF mark for 2 matching totals. That means here, this 200, they are looking at this 200. You have to do like this. So just follow their format lah. Okay. Okay, if you show left and right side, like how you do the normal balancing, okay, same amount, another 1 mark. Okay, I have some people who did this. They normally don't put the 187. Right? Some people they straight away, I don't understand why, but they like just don't put this amount. Straight away, then just the whole thing, and then 113 and then 200. So can you get marks like this? Actually can, like if you don't put the 187, since there's no marks given there. Okay, but if you put then better, looks nicer. Okay, look nicer. Right? And then make sure your total line, don't one up, one down, okay? Make sure it's always on the same row. Okay? The best way is follow this format. All right? No problem here. Okay, let's move on. So the discount, I'll also send you guys this one. And now we are moving on to petty cash book. Also, the notes I'll be sending you guys. You guys can take a look. Okay. Hey. All right. So for business documents, I have, okay, from here. So this is like a mind map style, everything just summarized with point form and all. Okay, I'll be giving you all this one. And then the sample is technically here. The sample is the same thing in the Excel here, right? So later then is the books of prime entry, okay? But I will teach from here, yeah, guys. How do I know it's nominal or general journal? This two is two separate things. So nominal is a ledger. General journal is books of prime entry. They are two separate things. Okay. So document will go to where? Document will go to books of prime entry first. All right. So follow the accounting process, the 1, 2, 3. All right. Document will go to books of prime entry. All right. So I hope you guys okay with how to read documents. Okay. Technically for documents, right, guys, there's one thing you all need to know. Every time when you see the name on top, when you guys see name on top, okay, for example, the weaving shed here, the name on top is always the sender, the one who issue, the one who send this document. Okay, the name is always on top. All right, and then after that, you need to know which amount to take. So always take after list price, yeah, always after the trade discount. So very simple, just take the most bottom one. Okay, this one just the most bottom one. Okay, so that's the value. And then in invoice, you will see this thing. They will give you the terms and conditions. They will tell you there's a cash discount, how many percent. That is just the extra information. You don't need to go and minus anything. All right, because they're just letting you know if they paid this invoice by which date, then only they're entitled to the discount. If not, then just forget about it. All right. So for invoice, what you need to know, guys, for invoice, okay, this is on credit. That is the keyword. Invoice is issued because no payment. All right. I'm pretty sure you all understand here that when you buy something, you pay money. What do you get in return? They will give you a receipt. Correct or not? Every time you buy something, you pay. Okay, you get a receipt. Obviously, you all have experienced this before, correct or not? But have you guys experienced on credit, like walking into Apple and then suddenly just take one phone, just take one laptop and just walk off and tell them that okay, on credit, no such thing, right? Okay. So when coming to business, yeah, you can do that now because this is your friends, your trusted supplier. Okay, they trust you. Okay, so you can just walk in there, take their stuff, but of course they also give you a document, okay, and that is invoice. So the keyword here will be on credit. Okay, so who issue invoice? Issued by supplier, right? So always take the after the discount. So you can check out these things here, and then when, all right, when and then how we record. So the double entry depends on the point of view. I hope this part here no problems, right? I have to go faster a bit because not enough time, right? So I want to do the summarize with you all. Okay, let me just summarize the whole thing. The rest all you can read for yourself. Okay, but let me tell you also debit note. Yeah, debit note is a bit special. Debit note, a lot of people are always confused, right? You guys are always confused about debit note. Don't know why. For some point. Okay, now debit note don't need to record. Okay, I'm talking about the normal situation. Why? Just tell yourself debit note is like a complaint. A complaint. So when we complaints or something, what do we do? Obviously nowadays we send WhatsApp, we send email and all that. Okay, but in proper way, we're supposed to send a debit note. So the debit note is just to complain, to tell them what happened to the thing that I bought. All right. So there is a flow here, guys. You should remember the flow, and then you'll understand what happened. Okay. So for debit note, there's one thing that you need to know, which is the special case. Okay, there's a one special case here. Okay, so the special one will be here. You can read yourself later. So can you just allow me to straight away go into the summarize, yeah? Okay, so statement of account. So let me just go through the summarize part. Okay, so document in total, we start with, tell ourselves this, we start with invoice. Second, debit note. The third one, credit note, and then statement of account. Okay, let's do with this four first. Okay, let's go with this four. So number one, the scenario is like this. We buy something or we sell something. So I think, yeah, we sell something. We sell something on credit. All right. So what do we give people? We give an invoice first. Okay. So the invoice, we write down how much the fellow took, how much the fellow owes us. Okay. Now our customer go back. Then they notice, hey, how come this thing damaged? How come this thing wrong order or maybe different color, whatever reason? So what do they do? They complain, right? So they will complain and then they want to return the things back to us. So what will the customer send to us? They'll send debit note. So it's to complain. So you see, as a supplier, so once we receive complaint, what must we do, guys? What must we do? We have to say sorry, right? We have to say sorry. We have to acknowledge there's a problem with our stocks. Our customer not happy now. Okay. So when we acknowledge, we say sorry, what do we give them? So we give them a credit note, like a sorry note like this. I'm so sorry, okay, this thing is damaged. So take the credit note, okay, so that you don't owe me this much, right? Technically, invoice, let's say invoice is $10. So that means you owe me $10. Then you tell me, okay, one of the thing is spoiled. You want to return back. Okay, the thing worth $2. So I give you a credit note, which is $2. So invoice $10, credit note $2. You put them together in the end, you only owe me $8. So something like this, right? So debit note is to complain, credit note is to say sorry, is to confirm. All right. So issued by the supplier also. And this whole thing, you see, this invoice, complain, and then sorry, this thing will repeat and repeat and repeat. It will happen many, many times. So at the end of the month, what happened here? At the end of the month, the business will send statement of account. This is the summary of what happened throughout the months. So how many invoice, how many credit notes, okay, that I've sent to you. Okay, so summary is in the statement of account. Okay, and the receipt will be issued when only customer pay us, right? So if you take a look here, guys, okay, if you take a look here, if they ask you what will be issued by customer, what will be issued by supplier, it's so easy. There's only one thing issued by customer only. Just remember this. What is it? Customer will only complain, and when they complain, they issue debit note. That's it. Okay, and then the rest of the thing all are issued by supplier, by the seller. Invoice issued by the seller. Okay, credit note, the sorry, also by the seller. Statement is also by the seller. Why? Because I want to remind them, how much they still owe. Okay, so for the debit note, okay, take a look at the debit note here, the special one. For this part, seller also issue debit note. Whoa, what the heck? What happened here? Okay, this is only when it's undercharge. Undercharge is a mistake. It's a quite rare thing for a supplier to do that, for the seller to do that, correct or not? Okay. Usually, supplier will do an overcharge. If there's an overcharge, what happened? Who will complain? Obviously, customer will complain overcharge. If any of you are confused between under and over, okay, you ask yourself, you put yourself into the customer's shoe. What will you do when there's an overcharge? Obviously, who will complain? Of course, the customer will complain. Right? Have you ever seen a business complain because they overcharge somebody? Right? If you are the business, I mean, times are hard. Okay, we just keep quiet. Seller being seller, exactly. Right? Okay. So we just keep quiet lah. Sometimes it's overcharge, they still pay and then we just keep quiet lah. Alright, but if they know, then they will complain. Alright, but if we are undercharged, okay, the problem is on our side now. What do? Okay, we have to quickly we send a debit note, okay, to tell them, okay, we undercharged. Actually, can we don't send debit note? Can we just resend an invoice? Actually, we can, okay, but it's waste of time because invoice have all the details what the fella bought from us. Now it's just our max error. It's just our calculation problem. Why do we need to redo the whole invoice thingy? Right? So what we do is we just send a debit note. Now don't worry about this one so much because they probably only ask in multiple choice question in MCQ, right? So usually only one question will be tested in the business document. So these are the theory part. You need to know, okay, what to send, who will send, things like this, and then for what reason. Okay, guys. So invoice, remember, seller send because sales on credit, and then who complain? Customer complain. They send debit note. After complain, what do the seller do? They must say sorry. They send a credit note. So credit note is always related to return. Okay, the return part. Okay. So then the last one will be statement of account, right? As a summary. So they will also ask you the reason they send a statement of account. So there's only two reasons, technically. Okay, why issue? To remind customer of amount outstanding. And another one is to cross-check, to check if there's any error made by the customer and also the supplier. Okay, so all this theory part, I'll leave it to you guys to read. Anything you're not too sure, please ask me. Is that okay? Is that cool? Can? And how to read the invoices, all these things, I hope no problem also. All right. So what is their favorite, guys? In IG, their favorite apparently is actually statement of account. Why? Why do they ask statement of account? What's the difference between statement and invoice? Invoice is the template. Can you see? Okay. Invoice is showing in details how many unit, what they bought, how much is for one unit. It's very detailed. Okay. And they also tell them when do they pay. If they pay like by when, then they also can get cash discount and all. But this one also statement also got lah, right? But the very clear difference is what they bought. Okay, quantity, description, and then unit price. Whereas for statement of account, okay, is all the invoices, all the credit note that you can see inside. So let me show you the questions again from our past year paper. Under specimen paper, okay, under specimen paper, the same thing is not the cash book part. So the second part here is the statement of account. So they're testing you whether you know how to read statement of account or not. All right. Why do they like to test you SOA, statement of account? Because you have everything inside. They have invoice, they have credit note, they have payment all in there. So with this, they can ask you so many things. That's why they will hardly ask you about invoice and just credit notes. Okay. So let's look at this. So on August 9, okay, the important part that you need to know who is who. All right. So who sends statement of account, guys? Who will send statement of account? Is it the supplier or is it the customer? The seller or the customer? The business, which is the seller. We go with seller and customer lah. Because business, the word business is very tricky. The thing is, the question can make us change point of view. Suddenly, at this point, yes, we are the seller. Suddenly, then they ask us, if you are the customer, so we change point of view, then how would you record this? So you see, the business will change, right? Suddenly, you can be Shahid in this question, and then the next moment, you become Mariam. Okay? So we go with the word seller or customer to make things clearer. Is that okay? Yeah. So in this case, who is the seller? And who sends statement of account? Seller, right? So who is the seller? Shahid is the seller here. Okay. Shahid is the seller. He's also the sender. Okay. The one who sent, the name always on top. Remember I said this? Okay. This is the sender. the one who sends statement of account. Who receive? Mariam, no? So who is Mariam? Customer. Okay. So why I ask you to know the who is seller, who is buyer? Because if you are seller, what will you do? You will be selling. Okay. That means if you are the seller, you tell yourself this one, seller will, what are the accounts related to seller? Sales, correct? That's our job, right? Is to sell things. Okay. So after we sell things already, if the customer not happy, they complain, they return things back to us, what happened? What is the account related? That is called sales return. Okay. That's called sales return. As a seller, okay. So the account we need to open up is sales account, sales return account. What else? Do we pay money or do we receive money as a seller? Do we pay or do we receive money? Yeah, we receive. Okay, we should receive money. What about discount? If people pay us early, do we give them discount allowed or discount received? Okay, discount allowed. Okay, so these are the accounts associated with if you are the seller. Okay, if you are the customer, means we are buying, right? So what are the accounts that are related to us? Okay, so as a customer, we will purchase, right? Purchases, return, PR. Then we will pay money, right? We will pay. So we will pay our supplier, and then we get discount receipt. Okay, all these things is useful when they ask you to do the T account later, so that you know who is who. All right. Now, next thing is what is goods? When you see the goods, so debit and credit. So this is from Shahid as a seller. From the seller point of view, they are showing Mariam, who is the customer. Customer means what? Customer, this is a TR or TP. It is a customer. From Shahid point of view, TR. Okay. So if it's TR, technically the debit, this debit actually is a plus, and then credit is a minus. Because it's asset, right? TR is asset. So this plus means what? And then this minus means what? Okay. This plus here actually means O more. And then the minus here means O less. Okay, you can understand it like this. So balance due, 520. What does the balance due 520 means? Mariam, the customer, right? Mariam owe Shahid 520, still owing. See, positive. Then the word goods. Can you see goods means what? Mariam buys some more things. Okay. When Mariam buys some more things, what documents that is issued? Right? So the question here asks you, state the business document and the books of prime entry Shahid would use to record the following transaction which appear on the statement of account. So in this case, right, which document was issued when Mariam buy more things? Right? Yeah, invoice. That's why they owe more. And which books of prime entry do we use to record invoice? So you have two choices here. Okay. Where is the, all right, accounting cycle. Okay, if you guys want to do, you can use these notes as a reference so that you can quickly recap. So which document you record in which books of prime entry. So I already color coded it. Invoice red color. So red color is either sales journal or purchases journal. So it depends on, are we the seller or are we the buyer? So it depends. Are we the one who send the invoice or are we the one who get the invoice? So that's the difference. Okay. So if you are sending, you're the seller, you give people the invoice, that means we go to sales journal. If I receive, that is purchases journal. Okay. Can? So debit note, how come debit note no color one? Because no need to record, remember? Debit note is just a complaint. Complaint by who? Customer. So no need to record. That's why I didn't put any color. All right. Credit note, need or not, need to record. So credit note is always the return part. So it's either sales return journal or purchases return journal. Same thing. Are we getting or are we giving? If we give, okay, if we give credit note, that is sales return journal. Okay. Okay. If we give invoice, it's sales journal. If we give credit note, that is sales return. All right. Can? So you can see the word here, lah. Okay. From this line here. Whether are we issuing or are we receiving? Okay. So statement, again, statement, I didn't put any color. Why? We need to record. Okay, statement, no need to record. It's just a summary to show us because they already been recorded. The invoice record now. Credit note record now. The receipt also record now. Okay, it's just that we come up with a statement to show okay, what happened. Okay. So in this part, invoice, we are Shahid, right? Because they're asking you, and the books of primary Shahid would use to record. So we are Shahid, we are the seller. So we issue. Okay, as the seller, we will issue invoice. So which one? Which books of primary entry? This one go to SJ, sales journal. All right. So what happened if you suddenly, remember wrongly, you put sales ledger? Do you get the marks? No. Okay, because you use the wrong term. Understand? Okay, the moment you use the wrong term, so sorry. Okay, cannot have the answers ready. Okay, now let me give you one tips here. Okay, so what if you put sales? Okay, what if you put just sales? Can you get marks or not? What do you think? So this one not sure, right? Okay, but somebody tried this before and apparently they managed to get marks because when they said something like books of prime entry, okay, so this candidate, they don't know the answer whether it's sales journal or sales ledger. So the fellow hantam tried his luck. He just put there sales, okay, and then he managed to get marks because under books of prime entry, there's only this thing called sales journal. So they just assume the word is journal. So this only can happen, please don't do this, but only if you're really desperate, you're really not sure what is the name, okay, you suddenly just cannot remember, and then you just leave, just put sales lah. Okay, if you put sales account, can or not? You put sales account, also no. Okay, they are all different things. That is why when I teach you guys, the few words there, they all mean a different thing. Okay, so today can I go a bit on just give me some extra time here? Okay, so for books of prime entry, all right, you can look at the advantages. So these notes I'll send it to you guys. So I want you guys to take a look here, the important terms. So once again, look at the important terms here. See, there's 5 words here. So I mean there are 5 terms here. Every term's also got the word sales, can see? But they all have a different meaning. Okay? So once again, cash sales is you sell something and you receive money straight away. Credit sales, sell and receive money later. Okay? So that's why you have a TR, you have a trade receivable account because they owe us money now. Right? Sales account is all sales. We don't care whether it's cash sales or credit sales, you record inside this T account. Okay, it's called sales account. Sales journal is a diary. Okay, so journal is like a diary. This is the format. Okay, the format is very simple. Just date, details, and amount. Okay, so the details here is technically they just write down the name of, like, yeah, because it's only to record credit sales. So they make things so much faster. Okay, you don't need to do the double entry, just straight away put into the journal. But actually, you still need to know the double entry later. Not to say no need to know, you need to know. All right, maybe I'll explain this next week. So just do a quick part for these journal things. So what is it? So why do we need books of prime entry? Why can't we just from double entry and then straight away do T account? Like in the journal, in the cycle here, right, guys? Early on, I mentioned, actually, we don't need number 2. we can straight away from number 1 and just jump to T accounts, right? From number 1, we do our double entry, just do T accounts. Why must we do these extra things? Okay, so then I'll explain to you next week. Of course, there's some difference. Here is supposed to make things faster, make things easier. Okay? All right. So once again, look at the terms. So sales journal. Okay, sales journal is used to record credit sales. And sales ledger is the book that only contain all the TR accounts. So all these terms are very confusing. But at the same time, once you understand the difference between all these terms, then you will improve. Okay, these are what we call accounting language. Okay, you need to speak their same language, then you're not so confused. Okay, so the purpose of sales journal is to record credit sales. So anything that is credit sales, you put inside. If it's cash sales, where does it go? Anything to do with money, go to cash book. So they don't go to sales journal. That is why under the books of prime entry, you have total 7 books. So cash book is also books of prime entry. Okay. So for this part, the question, let us finish what, then we can chow. So for invoice, for returns, on the 13th. So can you see a return? Oh yeah, by the way, you know how to read this, right? The balance part. So from 520, so there's a Mariam bought goods on credit. So they buy some more, so they owe more. That's why now 520 plus 340 become 860. Okay. Show you here, 520 plus 340. Okay, become 860. Then we have returns. So this return is customer return, obviously, right? Mariam returned to Shahid. So what happened to the balance now? It will plus or minus. So you see CR. So return things go down. All right. So you should use which number? Use the 860, right? The balance 860 minus 24. Okay, what do we get here? 836. Correct? Okay. Then we have payment, right? If you have payment, so obviously Mariam paid. So what happened to the balance? It will go even lower. So 86. Yeah. So here will be 836 minus 507. Okay, then we get 329. Okay, then minus another discount some more. So this discount, what discount is this? So this is known as cash discount. Okay, so this is cash discount. And then this is a discount allowed we give to Mariam. So minus another 13. So 329 minus 13. Then your final answer will be 313. Okay, 316, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Can how to read statement of account, how to calculate? Is that okay? Right. So for returns, which documents is sent by Shahid, by the seller? If you're talking about returns, so this is sent by the seller. Okay. So not the customer. If they ask you customer, then customer only send one thing, which is debit note. Are you guys okay? You can remember like this. So debit note is only by customer. So in these questions, this is credit note lah, yo. Okay, this is credit note. Debit note don't need to record leh. If you put debit note, then what are you going to put in the books of prime entry? Okay, so answer is credit note. So please do not confuse between the debit and the credit. They hardly ask you about debit note because debit note you need to record. Okay, so credit note, which one? This is going to be sales return. Okay, journal. Forgot to change the top part, sorry. Sales journal. Okay, so guys, we don't have sales return ledger. Don't do that. Okay, you put the word ledger, then sorry, cannot put the word ledger. Okay, if you're really desperate, you don't know, you're not sure, you can just use the word just as it is without writing the back part. Okay, and see. Then after that, they ask you prepare the account of Shahid as it would appear in the ledger of Mariam. So who are we now, guys? Are we Shahid or are we Mariam now? Right, we are Mariam. So, but one thing that will never change. One thing that will never change is what? Shahid is the customer or the seller. No matter what point of view that, right, it will change, right? But one thing will never change. Shahid is the seller. Understand? And Mariam is the customer. We are the buyer. Okay? So from buyer's point of view, from the customer point of view, what account would you see inside later on? You should see purchases return, and then we paid money, and then we got discount received. Okay, these are the few things that you guys will see in the T account. Understand? So in this case, Sahid, the T account is referred to TP, trade payable. Alright, trade payable, DR and CR. Okay, you know my style by now. I really hardly put the minus plus one, because as long as you know the double entry, you should be able to do this. Okay, you should be able to do this T account. Alright, want to finish up this T account? Okay, can guys? Can anyone? If you guys cannot, you want to go first and go for dinner and all, you can go first. Alright, then you can just watch back the recording. If you can just stay off and then we just finish up this account. Okay, so just to revise last week things. Okay, bye June. Alright, just to revise, need to go now? Yeah, go ahead. Okay, who need to go first, can go first. I'll just finish up this one, you can watch. Alright, bye everyone. See you guys next week. Okay. Okay, for those who can. Alright. So we have balance 520. Okay, balance 520. So where do I put this? So right now we are Mariam, right? So we have to start with the balance first. So balance is always balance BD. Okay. So the 520, do I put on the left side or do I put on the right side? So how do I know? So normally I will ask myself this question first, Harry. Ask yourself this question. This is TP, right? So we owe TP or TP owe us? Is it we owe people or people owe us? Yeah, you ask us. We owe. Okay. So are you okay, Harry? Okay, we owe supplier, right? We owe the seller, right? Because right now we are Mariam. Okay, you need to know who we are first. Okay, so we are Mariam. Changing the point of view already. Okay. So if you remember last week, I told you guys this thing. In the T accounts, right? Doesn't matter what T account. Oops, sorry. Why can't I draw straight line? How to know who owe who again? That's why you need to see who is seller, who is customer. Okay. So will supplier owe customer? Yes, but that is very unusual, right? So ask yourself, what is the usual things? Who should owe who money? Customer owe supplier, that's the usual things, right? Okay. Okay. So in this case, of course, Mariam owe Shahid. That's why it's very important for you guys to know who is customer and who is the seller. Okay. So if you remember what I said last week in T accounts, doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter what T account it is. If people owe us, it's always on the left side. Why? Because asset is on the left, correct or not? And then if it's liability, we owe people. All right. So what information do we use to represent this idea, like people owe us and we owe people. What do we use? We have to use the word balance BD. So if the balance BD is on the left-hand side, it means people owe us. Okay? If the balance BD is on the right-hand side, that means we owe people. Okay? So if you don't want to use this, then you really have to make sure that you don't terbalik your signs, right? You don't terbalik this one. So TP, Shahid is the trade payable. Trade payable is what elements? Trade payable is liability, remember? It is liability. So if it's a liability, means the DR is minus and the CR is plus, correct? So you can also tell yourself this balance BD normally follow the plus sign. Okay, the balance BD always follow the plus sign most of the time. Okay, but there are also balance BD following the minus sign. That's why, to me, I like to prefer to know the left and right. All right. So in this case, the 520 you have to put under CR side. Okay, 520 here. Then details, right? What? Details, right? Balance BD. Because right now we are Mariam, we owe Shahid. Okay, we owe the seller. So the side on the right hand side. Okay. So this is on the balance account. What's the date? On 1st August 2017. This is August 1st. Okay. Now, next one. The goods. So this is debit purchases. Yeah, because right now we switch row already, remember? So this question is very tricky because at first they make you think that you are the seller, you are Shahid. But the moment now switch to Mariam, that means we are buying. So when you see goods, when you see invoice, what does that mean? It means we are buying. So on August 9th, what's our double entry when you buy goods? Purchases always debit. Yes, so DR purchases. And then what do I credit? Oops. Credit Shahid. Okay, we didn't pay money here. Okay, Shahid, we didn't pay money because this is invoice. Okay, this invoice only for credit. That means no money involved. So DR purchases. Okay, how much? 340. Okay, the amount is 340. And then Shahid is also 340. Okay, we will do all the double entry first, then we do the T account. Okay, so returns. What about the returns? August 13. What's the double entry for August 13? DR what? CR what? Yep. So in this case, the return now become purchases return. So we always CR purchases return. And then we debit Shahid. Okay, 24, 24. Okay. What about the payment? So the payment here, they didn't say, right? So when it comes to payment, money, right? Payment must be money. So they didn't say whether by cash or by bank. So if you didn't say, then you just write down cash/bank. Okay. But I think they did say right here, did they say payment by Shahid, Mariam? Oh, God. This question is related, guys. Okay. This 507, can you see this 507, 13? Is related to the top part here. So we paid, sorry, Mariam, yeah, Mariam paid by bank, yeah. Okay. So now it's August 24. Okay, what's the double entry here, guys? DR1, CR1. So we are Mariam. So do the money account first. Sorry. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear? Can you hear? Okay. Yeah. So for August 24 now, okay. So this part was related to the top part there. See, there's a Mariam on the 24th, Mariam, and then there's a 507 under bank, right? So discount allowed, right? So right now we are Mariam. So if we are Mariam, are we getting money or are we paying money? We pay. So we CR bank. How much did we pay? We pay by 507. Okay. Then what do we debit? Debit Shahid lo. Okay, the TP. Okay. Then same thing on the August 24 also. On August 24, actually what happened was okay. There's a discount, right? Can you see the $13 discount? Okay. So what's the double entry for the discount? If you want me to split, I can split for you and see. So discount. So we are doing which discount? Discount received or discount allowed? So discount received, right, is an income. So always CR. Harry, are you okay, Harry? Okay. Okay. Raise hand means questions. Oh, okay. So CR discount received, then I debit Shahid also. Okay. The actual double entry to write for this one is actually what? It's actually, you see, if you guys look at the questions related on the default, receive a check from Mariam to settle her debt of 520. So total amount owed by Mariam is actually 520. Okay. So if actually in a double entry you want to do without separating, right? Without separating, it's supposed to be like this. So DR Shahid 520, sorry, 520. And then I CR bank 507. And you CR discount receive 13. Okay. So actually like this lah. But if you separate, still okay. Same thing. Alright. So with the moment you have all the T accounts, can you do your double entry now? So which account are we doing, guys? We are asked to do Shahid account. Okay, asked to do Shahid. So all you need to do is just need to highlight to make sure that you highlight and you know that we are doing Shahid account. So CR Shahid 340, the color. Okay, CR Shahid 340, DR Shahid 24, DR Shahid, then DR Shahid. Okay, so then now you go back to the T accounts. All right, so CR Shahid on the right hand side, 340. Okay, on the right hand side, put down your 340 here. What do I write for details? Can I write that Shahid again? No, right? Yeah, can I write down the same title? Cannot be same as the title. So this is purchases. Okay. Then after that, next one we have the purchases return, right? So DR Shahid, DR on the left hand side. Okay, left hand side, $24 here. And then details, right? Purchases return. Okay. Can. Next one, then we have DR Shahid 507, left hand side. 507, left hand side, 507. What do I put in the details? I put bank. Can see? Yeah. And then there's also a $13, right? Also DR Shahid CR discount received. So DR Shahid left hand side, this one is called discount received. Okay. Everything from your double entry. Then you can do your T accounts rate. Okay, well, guys. Can any questions? So are we done yet? So T account not done yet, right? So 5 marks here. So you have everything here. Then you must also do balancing as usual. Okay, leave one line empty, draw your total line. So put in the highest number. So which side more? Right hand side, right? Okay, so 860. 860. Okay, 860 minus 24 minus 520. So how much left? 316. Okay, so this is called balance CD. After balance CD, don't stop. Continue on with your balance BD 316. Okay, and then you can do all the dates now lah. So I slowly putting all the dates. Purchases just now was on the 9th, and then this one on the 13th, August 13th, 2017, and then this one is on the 24th. Balance CD last date is 31st, and then this one is September 1st. Okay. Hey, this 316 sounds familiar. Huh? Where have we seen this 316? Yeah. Remember early on from the statement of account? So I was doing all the calculation, right? Can you see the final number here? 316. Can see. Can see the last part here? Yep. Okay. So yeah, see the statement will show us how much Mariam will still owe us at the end of it. Okay. So if you know how to read this, then you'll be able to know, right, in the final accounts whether you did everything correctly or not. Yeah. So Mariam still owe Shahid 316, correct? No? Can ma? Okay. Can I just do one last part here? One last part. It's like sometimes there are some questions, right? They will reversely and ask you, so what is the percentage of the discount for this $13? Sometimes they can just ask you like, what's the percentage of the discount given? Can here. Okay, here's a double entry. Have you guys encountered question like this? And they give you a statement of account, then they ask you how many percent is this like $13? So of course this question you should know. Have not seen before. Okay, when you see one, right? Anyway, they like to test you statement of account. So for past year paper, you can see from there. So one of the questions they confirm ask you something like this. How many percent is this? So do you all know how to like reversely and do this? Okay. So if you have question like this, ask yourself this question. Okay, you should know what is the 100%. Like the whole bar, okay, the whole thing is 100%. Agree? In terms of percentage. Okay. So now we split into $13. We split into 507 like this. Okay, there's a payment, there's a discount. Right? So how much is 100%? So when you guys actually total up these two together, you will receive your 100%. Am I right? Okay. So you should always know how much the 100%. Find the 100%. So this is 520. So 507 is 100%, 100%. Okay, you share, no problem. Bye. So you just do your maths here, all right? If you know 520 equals to 100, okay, then you should know like 13 equals to how much already. So it's 2.5 lah. Of course, this question you don't need to do that because why? Because here was given. It was given here. Can you see? Right? But what if the question did not give and then they straight away give you a statement of account question? So they can also test you guys on your maths. Like how many percent is that? And then how many percent is the 507? You get what I mean? Okay. So by understanding the ratio here, like okay, so how much is 100%? And then you will know the rest already. Is that okay? All right. So you have to do more questions and then you will see a different way of asking. Right? So I hope here at least enough. I got cover cashbook. I got cover business document with you guys. So I think at least we can safe to move on to the next part. So next week, all right, I want to cover a little bit more on the books of prime entries, like the terms So what they use. Then after that, I'll go into errors already. Okay, sorry guys, I can't really spend too much time explaining things one by one because then not enough time to cover other stuff. Okay, so yep. Any questions? Any question? If no question, okay, we can go off here. I'll see you guys next week, next Thursday, same timing. Okay, if I'm free, I will come in earlier. If you can come in earlier, then yeah, make use of the time. Okay, ciao. Bye, people. See ya. Take care. Okay, yeah, I can send all these things to the group, no problem. Okay, bye.